atmosphere is tense. We're back in Spain. It's Quartararo versus Bagnaia. Pinch me. Is it 2021? Welcome to the Spanish Grand Prix. We move away from Portugal a week ago and now move to Spain. It's Jerez de la Fontana for round 6. Qatar, Indonesia, Argentina, America, Portugal all done. Spain takes it to round 6 before the French Grand Prix back at the Bugatti circuit at Le Mans. Mugello is going to be absolutely packed with fans as well, followed then by Catalonia. Germany, Netherlands and Finland take us to the summer break. The British Grand Prix on the first weekend of August takes us through another fantastic run before Austria, San Marino and Aragon complete the European season. Japan, Thailand, Australia and Malaysia are the 4 flyaways, and we round out once again for our 4th and final race in Spain, the Valencia Grand Prix in November. Hello everyone and welcome to Jerez de la Fontana for round 6 of the 2022 MotoGP season. We are back in Europe, we are back in Spain. For the first time since the pandemic, we have a full crowd capacity as well. And they have come in their bucket full. Fantastic atmosphere here. Let's rewind the clock to Friday and take a look at what happened in the practice sessions, to Saturday in the qualifying, and this morning with the warm-up. And the green light is on at the end of the pit lane, and away we go for the Spanish Grand Prix of 2022 here at the Jerez circuit, Anglonito as well, and hopefully as well this is going to be quite an interesting session. We had overnight rain with a large storm as well. It's the track is still damp out there. Moto3 were doing 48s, which is about 3 seconds off the pace. It's expected to be the same for first practice for MotoGP. But this is a circuit, of course, that Marc Marquez knows well. Seen of his accident 2 seasons ago that has caused him so many problems when we got underway after COVID back in 2020. Now, it all changes. And Bastianini, after crashing out last time out of the Portuguese Grand Prix, has put Fabio Quartararo in the championship lead with 69 World Championship points. Now we are truly going to see what 2022 has to offer as the season gets underway. And unfortunately, Raul Fernandez has been declared unfit for the Spanish Grand Prix due to an injury on his right hand after the last race in Portugal as well during the crash. We've got loads of riders in the same sector as each other as well. Going to the first sector, Dovizioso all the way down to Viñales and even some more as well. So they've all gone out together. They haven't backed up. It's a small track, Jerez, as well. It's a lot of close racing. It's an old school circuit built back in the 1980s, originally for Formula 1 to host the Spanish Grand Prix. And now it's one of 4 Spanish tracks on the calendar for MotoGP. Here at Jerez, Barcelona and Catalonia. Then we go to Aragon, and of course Valencia rounds out the season. There's an oil slippery surface flag down at turn number 6, the dry sack Pedrosa corner. As everyone looks okay, maybe it's just an oil flag, the slippery surface for the damp track conditions we've been having so far this weekend. As here comes Jack Miller back after his nasty tumble with Joan Mir at the Portuguese Grand Prix 5 days ago. And luckily he's A-OK after what was a nasty ride through the gravel trap as well. Whoa, Fabio Quartararo down at the last corner, the Lorenzo corner. 13 is it, and he went too wide on the brakes, locked the rears, and he almost came back round him like a tank slapper. Did very well to hold that one, the championship leader. But first wins in Silverstone last time out in Portugal, and you can tell that Yamaha is difficult to ride already at this circuit. Hopefully it'll find its groove though. 33 minutes to go of this opening practice session. Oh, and Fabio's gone down to the last corner. Now, that was a weird one because he was turning in. He had bashing to the outside, and he's just dropped it. Now, we saw him go wide there a couple of moments ago, but turn 13, that's a really weird one for Fabio Quartararo. It's brought out the yellows. There's debris across the track, so that's brought out the yellows sectors 3 and 4. But he's right alongside the pit lane, so the engine's died, so they can push him down the pit lane. The yellows will keep everyone at bay. Now we go green. But my goodness me, I want to replay that one. We were watching it live, but I want to see it again. Here we go, turns it in. The front's going to dip. Yeah, he's outbraked himself. He actually falls, and the bike flicks up and nearly catches his leg. Wow. That is a very lucky escape for Fabio Quartararo. He's not seriously injured. And Bastianini nearly ran over him as well. My goodness, that's a really bad accident. And he's winded as well. He's really winded. So the way he's landed, it's pulled his thigh muscle, I believe. Because he's holding, actually, embarrassingly, he's holding his groin and his inner thigh, and he's actually in pain. And in fact, some of the Ducati lot and Jay Dennis helping him out and saying, do you need to go to the medical centre? Yeah. So the gas bike. So Quartararo's gone through the gas bike garage in the junior categories, and they're taking him to the medical centre. So he was holding his groin and his inner thigh muscle. So I presume his inner thigh has got some problems as well. That's a nasty one for Fabio. The championship leader down on the deck already. Okay, so we just had another replay of it, and Fabio Quartararo was kicked in the gentleman area by his Yamaha. He's back in the garage with some smiles and winks all around the mechanics, which is great to see. But yeah, I think everybody can understand that pain. Very, very painful for Fabio Quartararo. 20 minutes to go. He's still on top with a 1:8:38.780, but times are going to come down this afternoon when the track fully dries out. And Fabio Quartararo has gone through the gravel down at turn 5. Coincidentally enough as well, he just had a little moment where the bike wiggled coming out of turn 8. So Fabio Quartararo looking very, very sketchy this morning. He topped most of the session. Mia's gone top now with Aleix Espargaro second, but wow, how odd. We're talking about the championship leader and last year's champion, like he's in trouble. Checker flag is out then here at the first practice session for the Spanish Grand Prix. Pol Espargaro stays into 6th position at the moment. The times on the board that we need to look at: Johan Mir fastest to 1:38.194. Alex Marquez in P2. Aleix Espargaro 3rd. Fabio Quartararo 4th. Nakagami 5th. Binder 6th as well. Times coming in thick and fast here. Quartararo's a 10th down at the moment, but the riders are just starting to take the checkered flag. No one's on an improved lap at the current moment, as Oliveira does jump to 15th, 1:38.991. And the checkered flag has now fallen for everybody. The result of the first practice session for the Spanish Grand Prix: Johan Mir is the fastest to 1:38.194. Alex Rins is 2nd. Alex Marquez is 3rd. Aleix Espargaro is 4th. The Alex is back together again. Fabio Quartararo is 5th. Takiki Nakagami 6th. Brad Binder 7th. Pol Espargaro 8th. Maverick Vinales 9th. And Jack Miller rounds out the top 10, going through automatically to qualifying number 3. Further down, Marc Marquez 11th, Enea Bastianini 12th, Pepe Bagnaia 13th, Jorge Martin 14th, Franco Morbidelli's 15th, Miguel Oliveira 16th, Jan Zarco 17th, Marco Bezzecchi 18th, Andrea Dovizioso 19th, Stefan Bradl's 20th, Remy Gardner 21st, from Luca Marini 22nd, Lorenzo Savadori in his second wild card is 23rd, Fabio Di Giannantonio 24th, and Darren Binder is 25th. And this, the biggest moment of the session, down at turn 13. Fabio Quartararo hitting the damp patch at turn 13, flipping over as well, and the bike unfortunately kicking him in the groin as well, in a lot of pain, but thankfully he's out on the track and he's okay. But 3 errors for the championship leader here in FP1. When the track hopefully dries out for FP2, we'll see what's going to happen next. And the green light is on at the end of the pit lane, and away we go for free practice number 2 here at the Gran Premio di España at the Jerez circuit, Anguñito as well in Jerez de la Fontana. Away we go then. The sun is out. Track temperature is at 32 degrees. Air temperature 21 degrees. 56% humidity as well. This morning, you can see if we switch over from the current session to the combined times, there they go, look, flipping across, it was Johan Mir and Alex Rins, and Alex Marquez, the top 3, a 1:38.194 was the fastest time. Times should really decrease in this session, It's a lot drier than it was this morning, but there are still a few damp patches as well. So I'm expecting around about 1:36s, still a couple of seconds off the fastest times we've ever seen at this track, but it's good enough with rain predicted tomorrow. 15 minutes complete then. Fabio Quartararo top with a 1:37.970. Then it's Bagnaia, Mia, Martin, Rins, Aleix Spargaro, Paul Spargaro, Marquez, Alex that is, Vinales and Marc Marquez the top 10. But Paul Spargaro and Marc Marquez just blocked Brad Binder into the last corner as well. And it was a very naughty thing to do, as it was spoiled all their laps. And Marc rear off into the braking zone for turn 1 at Expo 92. It's getting very exciting out there now. Someone's down, and there we go. Is it Marc Marquez? It is! Marc Marquez down at turn 6, the Dani Pedrosa corner. He's dropped it on the front. Now, it hasn't been a high side. It looks like he's just front-ended it and rolled it off, but he's getting back going again. But that's the first crash of the weekend for Marc Marquez. Gravel earlier, now it's Marc in the, well, nearly in the kitty litter again. Love to see a replay. Here we go. So turns in, front's going to buckle, and he just drops it out wide. So easy to do, but he's got it restarted, and at least he's not damaged. Very close there. Back to green flag. Just tips the inside line, and lap time cancelled for the 87 for track limits as well. And that's Remy Gardner. Someone else is down. Another one down. Someone's in the gravel this time. So who's this one who's brought out? It's Marc again. Marc's gone down again in sectors 2 and 3. So he was riding back to the pit lane and he's crashed again. Marc Marquez has crashed for a second time in as many minutes. One at turn 6 and then later at turn 9, just 3 corners later. So what? That's a bike issue. It must be a brake issue on the bike, that the brake is sticking. That's really bizarre. How's he done this one? Down at turn 9, this is where it cost him. So he's looking on the inside. There goes Oliveira. And same thing, front tips again. And this time through the gravel. Second crash, same lap, yellows out again. What is going on? I've never seen this. He's cruising round, turns in. Let's listen. Just drops it. That's really weird. I reckon the brakes are stuck on. So, I reckon the brakes are on. Let's take a look. 90 miles an hour, 100 miles an hour, down to 70, turns in, and it just drops on him. So Marquez wasn't even looking where he's going, and he's crashed twice on one lap. Wow. Green flags are out. The man who is bringing Marc Marquez back to the pit lane is the one and only Dani Pedrosa. So Dani Pedrosa, who's the KTM test rider, is taking his former teammate Marc Marquez back to the pits on the scooter. Now that is a special sight. I love that. Time's coming in thick and fast now. Bagnaia and Martin, the 1-2. Now Quartararo does a 1:37.071. I was predicting 1:36s, remember? We've got 14 seconds for them to prove me right or prove me wrong, as Jack Miller can barely get through at the moment. Mia down the order. Bastianini goes into second position. 1:37.272. Miller is 10th at the moment. Martin is in 4th position. Marc Marquez 19th. That's 2 accidents so far in this practice session. They've really got to go for it now. Checkered flag is out. What's the final times going to be? Okay, so the checkered flag is out then. Free practice 2 has concluded with Fabio Quartararo as the fastest from Enea Bastianini, then Bagnaia, Martin, Nakagami, Binder, Brad that is, Paul Espargaro, Rins and Vinales, and Miller, the top 10 going through to qualifying 2. So far, having to go through qualifying 1 would be Zarco, Mia, Aleix Spargaro, Morbidelli, Oliveira, Alex Marquez, Luca Marini, Bezzecchi, Marc Marquez is 19th, Dovizioso, Di Gianantonio, Bradle, Gardner, Binder, Darren Binder obviously, and Lorenzo Savadori having to go through at the moment. That's free practice 2 then from Spain. And the green light goes on now. Away we go then for another 45 minutes here in Spain at the Jerez circuit as well. Track temperature 24 degrees, air temperature at 20 degrees. It's clear, 61% humidity. This is it then. We are going to see some really fast times in this final practice before the qualifying sessions, of course. Pre-practice 3, the last 45 minutes that count towards setting whether you go through qualifying 1 or qualifying number 2. So the rider's going to be straight up there on the slick tyres, on the best of the track conditions, and go, go, go. As it stands, Quartararo, Bastianini, Bagnaia, Martin, Nakagami, Binder, Espargaro, that's Paul, Rins, Vinales, and Miller are currently the riders going through to qualifying 2. Everyone else having to go through the first part. This next 45 minutes is crucial. And Alex Marquez has got a problem. He is stopping down at turn 5. And that's not good news for the LCR rider. And he was, at the moment, running... Well, he's got on the bike to get in, but he's 16th overall. But this early to lose a bike, not good for the race. So far in this session, we've seen an improvement from Malaysia Spargo to jump up into P5. We've seen Marco Bezzecchi jump up to P12. And then going down around Morbidelli to 15th, Marc Marquez to 16th, and Andrea Dovizioso in 20th. And then everybody else has set their fastest time in the second practice session. So no one's actually improving, and everyone's round about staying the same. Stefan Bradl's crashed. Stefan Bradl has gone down. Marc Marquez looked like he was out of shape down at turn 6 of the Trisac. However, it is Stefan Bradl just behind him who took it down as well. So that's unfortunate actually for poor old Steffel. You've got the combined times on your screen. Bagnaia, Quartararo, Nakagami, Aleix Spargo, Mia, Bastianini, Martin, Binder, Rins, Bezzecchi, the top 10 at the moment. With yellows out though, lap times are going to be cancelled. Miller goes 7th, Marquez goes 4th position at 1:36.925. Great time there. Everyone else got caught out by the yellow flag, so they can't improve on their lap time. Yellows are now in with 3 minutes to go. There's a yellow flag in sectors 3 and 4. Can't see who it is. We're looking on the monitor. If it's 3 and 4, so someone who's just hit 3 and gone into 4. Can't see. Anyway, yeah, this last corner. So someone off down. It's Alex Marquez. Alex Marquez has crashed, and it's a big one. The front of the bike has been completely destroyed. So that's his second bike. So Alex Marquez, his first bike gave up at the start of this session. Now he's crashed his second bike as well. But that's going to affect everyone on the yellow flags as well. There's a green, yellow down at the last corner, turn 13. That's not good. Oh, and Fabio's had to roll out of it with 25 seconds left. He was up as well in all 3 sectors, but he went too deep, went too wide. Wasn't going to work out. So that's Quartararo out of the time. Cross the line now. Comes Johan Zarco. 10 seconds left on the clock. Zarco takes it at 1:37.230. Bastianini goes P6, 1:36.974. And Marc Marquez has had his lap time cancelled due to a yellow flag. He stays 4th at the moment, but the checkered flag is out now. The session is over. Who's going to make it through to the next part? Q2. Marquez goes 4th. He's safely through. Mia 8th. Miller 9th. But fast times approaching on the board. I think this might be it, though. This could be a crucial time. Oh, Paul Espargaro's gone down. Paul's binned in the last corner. I don't believe it. We were just waiting for him, Rins and Bagnaia to come through. And he's binned it. Rins 12th. Martin goes 9th. He kicks out Bezzecchi. And they were past the yellow flag zone. So that'll be the last one to count. Paul's crashed in the last corner on the Honda. That's it. Session over. Now, the yellows aren't actually out, according to the monitor. So we're still green, which is interesting news. Well, yellow flag has gone. So this is it then. Quartararo's going to try and go for it. He's up. Paul first sector. Good second sector. He's off a little bit in sector 3 as well. Just got to try and find the pace. Find the time. Hold it together. Nicely done as well as you round the Pravera corner as well. Into the near the chicane where center is as well. This is looking good for Fabio Quartararo. Into the last corner. Square it hard. Boot it now to the line. Quartararo is second. He's safely through across the line. And does he go fastest? No. 0.06 of a second slower than Bagnaia. So, It's Bagnaia, Quattararo, Nakagami, Marc Marquez, Vinales, Bastianini, Alicia Spargo, Mia, Martin and Miller, the top 10 going through. Everyone else has to go through qualifying 1. And the green light goes on, and away we go. It's the final practice session for MotoGP here at the Spanish Grand Prix. The fans have packed in on the hillside. Best track conditions of the weekend. Track temperature 35 degrees, air temperature 23 degrees, humidity at 47% as well. This is it. Away we go. What is going to happen in the last one before qualifying? And Johan Mir, who was on a really fast lap, has just gone through the gravel at the last corner here, the Curva Lorenzo. And I'm trying to find out what the reason was. Here's a replay. So has he just yeah, he's out of shape in the braking zone and just tries to dip it in. And actually, he saves it. What a save from Johan Mir. The front end dipped away and he literally kicked it back up with his kneecap. What a save from the Suzuki rider and the world champion. Brilliant. So we're 20 minutes in. Marco Bezzecchi, fastest then. He's just gone top on a 1:37.853. Oliveira second as well, 18 thousandths of a second off the pace. But here comes Fabio Quartararo out of the last corner, looking quick at the moment as well. The man is fastest in the combined practice times. It's fastest in the fourth practice, 1:37.6 exactly. He goes 2.5 tenths of a second faster. So it's Quartararo, Bezzecchi, Oliveira the top 3, Bagnaia and Vinales the top 5. Marc Marquez down in 19th place at the moment as well, just behind his brother Alex. Not great news at all for Marc Marquez at the track, of course, that caused his injury over 2 years ago now. Okay, so that's the end of free practice 4. The checkered flag is out. Pepe Bagnaia on top, Fabio Quartararo second, Johan Mir third, Marco Bezzecchi fourth, Miguel Oliveira fifth, Alicia Spargo in sixth. Then Maverick Vinales, Brad Binder, Zarco, Bastianini, Morbidelli, Nakagami, Rins, Martin, Marini, Paulo Spargo, D'Antonio, Alex Marquez, Marc Marquez and Jack Miller. 20 of those riders all within a second of each other. Bradl, Savadori, Gardner, Binder and Dovizioso just out of it as well. So, on to qualifying for the MotoGP Spanish Grand Prix, and Quartararo and Bagnaia look fast here this weekend. And the green light is on, and away we go for the first part of qualifying for the 2022 Spanish Grand Prix. In this session, Andrea Dovizioso, Johan Zarco, Stefan Bradl, Luca Marini, and Franco Morbidelli, Lorenzo Savadori, Brad Binder, Darren Binder as well, Alex Rins, Paulo Spargo, Fabio D'Antonio is in there, Marco Bezzecchi, Alex Marquez, Remy Gardner, and Miguel Oliveira, the runners in this first part of qualifying. So after the first runs then, Paulo Spargo, he's a 10th up already in Sector 2, might be up there in Sector 3. After the first runs in qualifying, Alex Rins on top from Paulo Spargo. They're the two that will automatically go to qualifying number 2. Brad Binder, Johan Zarco, Marco Bezzecchi, Fabio D'Antonio losing out as well. Gardner, Morbidelli, Bradl, Alex Marquez, Dovizioso, Binder, Savadori, Marini, Oliveira. But Paulo Spargo's time at the moment is up by 0.185. Bezzecchi, fastest of all in the second sector. Looks like we're going to see some times now on the board. Here comes Paulo Spargo to the line. Cross it on the Repsol Honda and goes top. 1:37.138. He is 3 tenths clear of Alex Rins, and Marc Marquez watching on as well. Let's just see how quick he's going to be later. Marco Bezzecchi goes top by 3 thousandths of a second to Paulo Spargo, 1:37.135. That is seriously impressive, as you can see on your screens, on the hard front and soft rear as well. So they've got the time. They can feel something in the air. There's a yellow flag out in that first sector. Now, who's gone down? Someone's at turn 2. So that is at the Curva Michelin. Oh, no, it's Bezzecchi. It's Marco Bezzecchi who has crashed. So the fastest man in qualifying 1 has gone down. That brings out the yellow flags. That's going to really... Who's that going to interrupt, actually, looking at the screen? It's going to interrupt Morbidelli, Zarco and Fabio D'Antonio, according to the driver tracker. Wow. Yellow flag in the first sector, and that's down at turn 1, so that is the Curva Expo 92 corner who's gone down there. Oh, it's Remy Gardner. Gardner's crashed. Now, that's not going to affect Pole. Oh, the yellow flags have been withdrawn, so that's definitely not going to affect Pole, who goes second, a tenth, 2 tenths down, actually, on his best time. Checkered flag is out, and Rins has already taken it. He is not going through. He starts at best, 13th on the grid. Marini 9th at the moment. Salvadori 14th as well. So they're really bringing down the times. The checkered flag is out. The session is over. Into the braking zone then. Zarco is 2 tenths up. Johan Zarco could jump up here from 6th position up into the top 2, push Pole, and Bezecchi possibly out of it. Zarco crosses the line, and it's a tenth and a half quicker. A 1:37.003. Pramac are delighted with that one, so he's fastest. Now Bezecchi goes through. Paul Spargo's lap times aren't looking all that good. In fact, as you can see on your timing screens, nobody is improving all that well at the current moment. Everyone's just doing too slow a time. No one's improving. No one's going quicker in this first part of qualifying. Cross the line then. Paul Spargo, backed out of it. Everyone else has taken the flags, as you can see. So it's Zarco and Bezecchi going through to the next part of qualifying. Paul Spargo starts 13th, Rins 14th, Binder 15th, Morbidelli 16th, Fabio Di Giantonio is 17th. I'll say Morbidelli 16th, didn't I? Yeah. Gardner 18th, Marini 19th, Bridle 20th, Oliveira 21st, Marquez 22nd, Alex that is, Dovizioso 23rd, Salvadori 24th, and Binder is 25th on the grid. Green light is on then for qualifying 2 here for the Spanish Grand Prix. It's Johan Zarco, Maverick Vinales, Fabio Quartararo, Aneo Bashni, Taki Nakagami, Johan Mir, Alicia Spargo, Jack Miller, Pepper Bagnaia, Marco Bezecchi, Jorge Martin, and Marc Marquez out in this session. So Miller top of the moment with a 1:37.280 after the first proper flying laps. Bagnaia does a 1:36.863. Quartararo 1:36.790. He goes top. Marquez down to 4th. Zarco 5th on the grid at the moment. Why have I got a feeling this is going to be more Quartararo versus Bagnaia? We've had a crasher, and that was Jorge Martin. He's got back onto the bike, though, which was great to see. Marco Bezecchi also having another incident, but it's all good so far. Alicia Spargo then goes 3rd, 1:37.231. Nice front row of the grid with Quartararo, Bagnaia, and Alicia Spargo. Then Miller, Marquez, and Zarco. Row 2, row 3, Mia, Bashi, Nakagami. Row 4, Bezecchi, Vinales, and Martin, as things currently stand, with 8 minutes to go the session. Someone's gone down, yellow sector 1. Now we know Mia just went through there, and of course, it is Mia up at turn 1 at Expo 92. We just went through to stay 7th fastest, but look at this for Pepper Bagnaia. He's 4 tenths of a second faster at the moment. 4 tenths up across the line. Can he take it? Cross it goes Quartararo. Yes, he's beating Quartararo's time by 6 tenths of a second. 1:36.170. Bagnaia absolutely destroys Fabio Quartararo as the yellow flag gets retrieved for Mia's crash down at turn 1. So it's Bagnaia from Quartararo. Miller, the front row of the grid as things stand. Someone else has gone down. Yellow flags are back out, this time at sector 2. Now, who is it in that second sector who's not moving off the board? Is that Mia again? Turn 9. Mia's had a second crash at turn 9. Someone's down to the last corner as well because there's another flag out. So across the line comes Fabio Quartararo. Can he find 3 tenths of a second? No, stays second. Marquez jumps to 4th though, 1:37.145. And it is Enea Bastianini, as I thought, the 2-time winner this season, who has crashed out of this in the second sector. There he is walking away. So it is Enea Bastianini who has crashed. Looks to be okay. The airbag's gone off though, so that's never a great sign. Here comes the checkered flag then. Alicia Spargo will be the first to cross the line. Goes 3rd, front row of the grid. Gets himself off to 2nd. 7 tenths down now on Bagnaia and Quartararo. That's going to be something to watch tomorrow as we come through. Quartararo trail breaking the rear. 291 kilometres now on the braking zone. He's still 2 tenths down. Bagnaia 6 tenths down his own best lap time. Martin goes 10th. Vinales goes 12th. Alicia's gone third. Bagnaia takes provisional pole. Miller can only do fourth fastest. Don't think Quartararo, anyone's doing anything, actually. I think the first run's pretty much saved it, actually. Can't see anyone improving. Zarco might just go red in that third sector. Lap cancelled for Marc Marquez. Not sure why. Yeah, Zarco 7/10 down, so the Wonder Kid from FP1 can't do anything here for Q2. So Quartararo then 7/10 down, it's done. Francesco Bagnaia takes pole position for the Spanish Grand Prix. It is his 7th career pole. Quartararo will start alongside him on the front row. Aleix Espargaro's 3rd. Jack Miller 4th. Marc Marquez 5th. Takiki Nakagami 6th. Bezzecchi 7th. Zarco 8th. Mir 9th. Martin 10th. Bastianini 11th. And Vinales 12th. And as I said, that Zarco goes to to the back of row 2 with Zarco going to 6th. Nakagami 7th. Bezzecchi 8th. Mir 9th on the board. And Bagnaia, a new fastest lap, 1:36.170, 4/10 quicker than Vinales' pole time here in 2020 when the season started after the COVID. Bagnaia on pole for the Spanish Grand Prix. Final warm-up then is underway for the Spanish Grand Prix. Track conditions, the best of the weekend so far. 23-degree track temperature, 19-degree air temperature, 63% humidity, but it is bone dry out there as well. It's a lovely morning for the Spanish Grand Prix. The riders heading out there then. 20 minutes, set up the race bikes, get everything ready, just shake everything down, and then get ready for a 3-hour wait before the race. So 6 minutes to go in this warm-up session. Nakagami the fastest. I said yesterday on the Grid Network, watch out for Nakagami in this session. He's starting 6th, got a fast start in him. 1:37.442. Then we got Quartararo, Martin Marquez, Zarco up there as well, Morbidelli, Mia, Alex Marquez, Aleix Espargaro been to the top 10. It's a nice little strategy at the moment. Everyone just focusing, I think, this morning on can we run on the medium compound, because everybody out there is on the medium front and medium rear. Now, I'm surprised no one wants to test a soft front to see if they can get some advantage on it. But right now, with the track temperature the way it is at 24 degrees, medium seems to be the way to go. And I wonder if that will be the race tyre when we see it in a few hours' time, of course, a few minutes for you watching on the stream. So, the end of the warm-up session, it's Takiki Nakagami who tops a 1:37.442. Then further down, it's Quartararo, Bagnaia, Martin, Zarco, Marquez, Mia, Pol Espargaro, Morbidelli, Rins the top 10. Further down, Alex Marquez, Bastianini, Aleix Espargaro, Brad Binder, Vinales, Bezzecchi, Miller, Oliveira, Remy Gardner, Marini, Dovizioso, Di Antonio, Savadori, Darren Binder, and Bradle last overall. But Nakagami tops the session. It's on to the Spanish Grand Prix then. Quartararo versus Bagnaia off the start line. Hello everybody, welcome up to the commentary box then for live coverage of the Spanish Grand Prix for MotoGP. We are moments away from crossing over live, and literally I'm having to set up everything again because the save never worked for the pre-show, so that's been gone through the laptop thankfully, so that's just going off now. Oh, perfect, I've already done it. Oh, well, here's me thinking that I had a big problem, but in reality, it's the complete opposite. We're almost all set to go then for the Spanish Grand Prix. Let's open up the data screen as well. We're getting ready. It's all going to be absolutely fantastic. 25 racing laps ahead of us, with Francesco Bagnaia starting on pole position. We'll take you through the whole grid in a few moments' time, but round 6 of the season is seconds away. Quartararo leads the title, level with Alex Rins. It's the 2022 MotoGP Spanish Grand Prix, and after a fantastic qualifying, this is your starting grid. Francesco Bagnaia on pole position. Fabio Quartararo is alongside him with Aleix Espargaro starting on the front row. Row 2 sees Jack Miller alongside Marc Marquez and Johann Zarco. Row 3, Takaki Nakagami, Marco Bezzecchi and Johan Mir. Row 4, Jorge Martin, Enea Bastianini and Maverick Vinales. Then those out in qualifying number 1, Pol Espargaro is on the 5th row alongside Alex Rins, the co-championship leader, and Brad Binder. Further down, row 6, Franco Morbidelli, Fabio Di Giannantonio and Remy Gardner. Row 7, Luca Marini, Stefan Bradl and Miguel Oliveira. And row 8, Alex Marquez, Andrea Dovizioso and Lorenzo Savadori. And on row 9 is Brad Binder in 25th position. Predict if you dare. That is the situation as the warm-up lap is underway. Away they go then up towards turn 1 at Curva Expo 92. Turn 2, the Curva Michelin as well. And we are all expecting fireworks. Never before have we been more excited for the start of a MotoGP race. Everything could change, and that's what we're really hoping for as well. Track temperature, as you can see on your screens as well, 45 degree is the track temperature. Air temperature is at 27 degrees, 36% humidity with a 3-mile-per-hour wind speed as well. That is really going to head up the wind down in towards turn 1. In terms of the standings in the championship, let's see if we can fade over to that screen quickly because I really want to see it as well. So this then is how the world standings currently is. Fabio Quartararo leads the championship by 0 points to Alex Rins, both on 69. They've both got a 3-point advantage to Aleix Espargaro, who is on 66. And here Bastianini as well, he's on 61, all getting through as well as we come back down as well. So here we go. Atmosphere coming up. There's a look at the championship. We'll return to the live classification and press button number 3 as they enter the last corner. The left-hander at Curva Lorenzo, 13 turns on this circuit as well. 8 to the right, 5 to the left, 2.748 miles in left here. The Circuito di Jerez Anglonito in Jerez de la Fontana. Round 6 of the MotoGP season is about to get underway as the red lights will come on. They're lined up on the grid then. Hold back everything. Get ready to hit pedal to the metal. Green flag is at the back. Red lights are coming on. Round 6 of the MotoGP season is under starters' orders. Lights out, race on. Good start from Fabio Quartararo. Pepe Bagnaia moves away well as well. Once again, they're side by side towards turn 1. Marc Marquez has had a good start. We've got a few of them dropping further back. Moto3 and Moto2 made it through here cleanly. So did Moto E yesterday. So far, MotoGP have made it through here cleanly as well. Into turn 3 we go. Riding it back through at the Curva Michelin. What was that flying up? Looked like a piece of bodywork already. Remy Gardner's dropped back. Lorenzo Savadori dropping back as well as they all come through. Bagnaia leads the way.
I don't know what that was, so sorry it took me a little bit to get
the
box.
It's fine.
No, there was a wasp outside the door and I had to wait until it moved away from the door until it come in.
Perfect timing to get into the box as they come down towards turn 6, the Curva de Reisac or the Pedrosa corner. Bagnaia leads. He's got a 3-time advantage. Johan Mir looking up the inside and getting through as well on Marco Bezzecchi. Nice move there. A sweet move, you could say. No jump starts from race control. That's great to hear as they swing back through. 25 laps to go of MotoGP here as well. Bagnaia already has a 3/10 advantage. Look at Jorge Martin looking on the inside of Brad Binder as well to make the move up the inside. A sweet move as we ride with Marc Marquez in 5th position at the current moment as well. This is still lap 1. There's still a long way to go as we head round the Alex Cavell corner, though. Turn 11, the right-hander into Curva Ferrari at turn 12. Last corner, Curva Lorenzo, and look how close Quartararo is as we see a dive bomb move from Marc Marquez on the inside of the LCR Honda as well.
Who's dropping?
Stefan Bradl. Bradl's crashed, so Stefan Bradl has crashed. There, look at the background. Off he goes into the gravel on the exit at turn 13.
He's okay.
Oh, it's Jorge Martin as well.
Oh, you can see the two riders' cars. Bikes.
Bradle, the HRC, has hit the back of the Pramac of Martin. Yeah, down 23rd position as well. He's going quite slow.
Yeah, he's going really slow. We should probably watch out for him, though. I think he's picked up the pace now.
So it's Bradle and Martin down at the last turn 13. Let's see what happened then into the braking zone.
They probably caught each other.
It's a separate incident. So Martin goes down.
Who's rejoined the race now?
Yeah, and then I presume Bradle went down as well. We haven't seen that. Yellow flags are in. We have restarted fully. Bagnaia leads from Quartararo, Jack Miller. Biggest winners, Megan. Oliveira, Alex Marquez and Darren Binder all up 7 places. Binder up 5 places. Johan Mir up 4 places. He's just slipped up the inside of Tiki Nakagami.
Well, that was sneaky.
Very sneaky indeed as they come through here at the moment. Look at Quartararo as well. He is joint in the championship. Both Quartararo and Rins have 69 World Championship points. Nothing separates them. Quartararo second and Rins down in 12th position. At the moment, Quartararo he jumps into the lead, but he wants to have a bigger fight. Look how close he's getting to the back of Bagnaia. These two World Championship rivals from 2021 are closing down again in 2022. And you've got a feeling, Megs, that Quartararo is just biding his time. We know he can pass a Ducati, but Bagnaia, this is his big chance to win a race this year, because so far it's been Oliveira, Aleix Espargaro, Bastianini, Quartararo winning the races.
Yeah, that's a very, I don't know how to say it, a
difficult
very variety of people winning it.
Not the expected people either taking it.
Yeah, that might be the word, unexpected. If you're wondering why I'm a bit off, it's just I'm having a bit of stomach problems.
Yes, it was her birthday yesterday, so happy birthday for yesterday, Megan. But also, she's now woken up feeling with an incredible stomachache, so she's not well.
Yeah.
But she's still in the box. I've got a replacement lined up later on as though for the IndyCars, don't worry. So you can just chime in whenever you need it. But look how much pace Quartararo's got. Down towards turn 6, the right-hander at Drysack, trying to go on the inside line. It hasn't worked. Bagnaia tights the inside line quite well. That's one of the Suzuki's going a bit too deep. Johan Mir. As look at this. This is the battle we're watching. Italy versus France. Bagnaia versus Quartararo. And it is getting so up there as well.
Italy versus France.
Italy versus France, yeah. Although it's not going to be in the Euros or the World Cup this year as well. As, this is going to be good. And says Joe, yeah, it is. Cynthia says, I've watched all Harry Potter's week 2. No, now I'm sick. Luckily, there's no F2 and F3 this weekend because I've got no voice and my throat's killing me. It's going around then, isn't it? I hope you feel better soon, Cynthia. Joe says, Martin is just not having a good 2022 season. And Josh Play says, happy birthday to Megan for yesterday.
Thank you.
So, still on the gap now, down towards turn 13, down at the curve of Lorenzo, the left-hander, 59-degree lean angle, about 80 kilometres an hour, back up we go. Lap number 4 is now on the records as we start up, 22 laps to go. Quartararo is beginning to lose a little bit of gap. There's still only 2 tenths between them, but he's just having a few wiggles coming into the braking zones. He's not getting that bike as perfectly stopped as Bagnaia is, and Bagnaia with the fastest lap of the race, Megan.
Ah, that's good for him. Bagnaia has been needing a fastest lap recently. I hope he's finally making a comeback.
Pole position yesterday, got up here with fast lap today. He was quick also in the combined practice time. So right now, looks like he's trying to do the Grand Slam. As we go down the back straight away, 0.377 miles between Sito Ponds at turn 5 and the curve of Pedrosa Drysack at turn 6. Of course, where Pedrosa, Lorenzo and Dovizioso all those years ago made a huge accident at that corner with Pedrosa ending up barrel rolling in the air. Exactly, yeah. Up in the air, barrel rolling and then slamming down on the floor. Luckily, the race wasn't red flagged that day and we got some action. But look at this. They are matching each other perfectly. Bagnaia and Quartararo, all of them doing perfect sectors. The only ones in the field now with red sector times.
So all of them seem to... All of them apart from Oliveira and Rins are doing... Yeah. No, it was Rins and Marquez, Alex.
Yeah, Alex... Oh, hang on, he's got to run! Yeah, out of cover, Ferrari on the inside into turn 13. Quartararo thought he was going to go for a look for it. Bagnaia saw him coming, though. He's defended the inside line into the last corner. Now he's on the accelerator, down the start-finish straight, uphill towards Curvo Expo 92. And look at that. That's the straight line speed advantage that Ducati has. Quartararo, if he wants to get this move done, he's got to do it in the corners, and he can do it in the corners. But we've often seen, Megan, when Bagnaia is leading like this, he often tends to put it on the floor. Remember Italy last year?
He does tend to do that, especially when against Quartararo.
Especially, yes, yeah, especially, and he hasn't done it against Marc Marquez, I don't think, has he? There was,
No.
he did it in the lead, didn't he, in Italy as well?
There was a little bit of confrontation. They're not fully against him. They weren't fighting for first.
And look at that, both Ducatis are taking a super wide line.
Oh, Quartararo's leading so far.
With 12 points in the championship, yeah. So that advantage explodes for Quartararo.
Oh, look at Aleix in second. He's so proud of himself.
Aleix in second. He started third, dropped back to fifth, but he's been having a great weekend. That Aprilia.
Great year.
If they get one more podium, they lose their successions. They lose the advantage to develop the bike when all the other teams can't. So their little advantage they get from being able to develop the bike throughout the season, bring updates, they get one more podium, they're gone. The successions are gone.
Keep that.
It's a balance of, do you need them? Suzuki lost them a couple of years ago when they won the championship.
How about they try and go to fourth position?
Just begin to drop back?
Yeah, just like fourth.
Probably.
Just like, we're still not on the podium, but we're still getting loads of points.
So consistent, but outside the podium. That's an interesting spot. Yeah, that could work. I reckon that could work and probably would work as well. Down out the last corner we go then. This fantastic battle between Bagnaia and Quartararo still having the advantage uphill towards turn number one. Once again, Bagnaia takes the fastest lap of the race, a 1:37.669. Quartararo is right on that wheel of the Ducati. Let's take a look at the start. Great start.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you see Marquez?
Marquez got a great launch, didn't he? He was launching up everywhere. And
he was quite confrontational with, who's that next
Aleix.
to? Aleix.
And Aleix went out. When was the last time? Oh, Marquez slipped up the inside. Oh. Binder. Which one?
Darren
Binder has crashed out of the race. And I can't see where he is at the moment. Is he rejoined, though?
No.
Darren Binder's 23rd, and he's gone down to the end of the first sector, so that has to be sector. Yes, the yellow sector one. There it is. He's gone to the gravel. Is the air fence damaged?
Is he?
It's turn 2, Curvela Michelin.
It's getting restarted.
He's getting restarted, but is the air fence damaged? Binder's rejoined the race. There he goes. Look. Oh, that's a big whack. So
they just have to put something back up.
Yeah. So what happens was he turns in. The front end drips away from him, and the bike just glistens across the small gravel trap. It hits the air fence. But yellows have been retrieved. No sign of the red flag, which is good. So they haven't popped the air fence because the bike did hit that air fence with quite a whack. I was worried because if they do burst, we can't restart the race. So we have to take a...
That would be a shame, only 6 laps in.
If they can't do that, the red flag will have to come out and all that. But we're clean so far. The battle right now is just accelerating again as we're watching the battle now for 7th. Marco Bezzecchi as well, holding the advantage on the VR46 bike as well. Behind him, Johan Zarco on the Pramac. Now, Zarco's been having a very strong weekend as well, all across the practice sessions. He's been inside the top 7, and he's had a poor start to this race, but that Ducati likes the track and it's closing in quick. It's a shame Jorge Martin crashed out and is stuck down in 24th position at the moment.
The battle I really want to see is between Rins and Alex Marquez. Actually, the two Alexes. It's like they're battling for the right to have the name.
If you're just joining us and wondering why Megan is a bit dazed, she's not well, but that's the dedication. She's staying with us on the broadcast as well.
But I won't be able to do IndyCar later. That is too long, and I'm not speaking for that long.
Yeah, don't worry. I've got a replacement for IndyCar. You can have that one off. But a pleasure still joining us today.
Should I eat some savoury stuff after this?
After the race, yeah.
Because
get some cornflakes.
Yeah. I don't like cornflakes.
All right.
How about that cheese and onion roll thing of...
That's not safe. That's probably do worse, but I've had two. They're great. Now, back to the action, because look at this. It's closing in. That's his Jack Miller, battle for 3rd. He's got Marc Marquez just behind him, and this is what we like. Marquez closing in. And Binder's in the pits. That's Darren Binder.
Well, that's not a surprise.
He becomes our first official retirement from the race. We've had 3 crashes, but they've all managed to rejoin, but Darren's the first one officially out. Now, back to the battle for 3rd. Jack Miller and Marc Marquez. Marc, he's starting to close back up. We're seeing little flashes of what Marc's capability is. on this new 2022 Honda. It's had a dreadful first 5 races, and of course he didn't even take part in a couple of them after his crash in Indonesia with the concussion. So it's nice to see him back.
Bad one as well.
And of course, this is the track where Marquez's troubles began back in 2020. Coming out of this very corner, turn 3 and 4, he had a monster high side, and the bike whacked him in the shoulder when crashing in the gravel trap, and it broke the shoulder, dislocated it. We thought he was out. We thought career over. He was out for the whole season. Then came back in 2021, still had problems, missed the first 2 races. And then he's just been having constant medical issues since then. So this Jerez circuit really is a bogey track for Mark, despite the fact he's won here several thousand times. It's unbelievable to see it. So it's nice to see him doing well. The battle at the front is still close. Bagnaia, Quartararo, 5 tenths between the two of them as well. And I'd just like to point out as well, it's closing down.
Gardner keeps falling back a lot. He keeps getting past.
So, Savadori. Yeah.
Gardner, he's going to get passed by Savadori soon. He's closing up quite a lot.
Gap is closing, 0.195, so that's the closest one on the battle on the track, yeah.
Whether there's anything wrong with his
well,
bike.
He did have a problem, Remy Gardner, in the practice sessions as well, and in the warm-up this morning, he tried both bikes in the warm-up as well. He wasn't happy with either of the setups, so watch out for Remy Gardner, down in 21st position. I reckon he could have a situation going on with him at the moment.
The thing about being ill, you may not be able to say as much, so you can just watch more on the timing screen.
There's Vinales passing Morbidelli for 17th position.
Yeah,
You just saw the timings.
Is doing quite well. So that's a surprise because they've been battling just as much as Rins and Marquez has.
And how refreshing is it? We're watching Aleix Espargaro. He's P5, but he's battling with Miller and Marquez for 3rd. And Aleix Espargaro, who before this year we were writing off, we'll never win a Grand Prix, all this lot, the Aprilia are nowhere, they're still struggling. This engine regulation change this year, where they've been allowed to develop them for the first time since the pandemic, it's brought life to the team. Aprilia were leading the championship, leaving Indonesia.
Yeah, I mean, I think Aprilia have definitely just maybe been holding back.
Yeah.
Like Ferrari did last year in F1. Just like trying to wait to see the perfect opportunity.
And then it's just gone bang, full throttle, away we go. Yeah. I see your point. 17 laps to go. We're back with the leaders as Bagnaia has a 5.5 tenth advantage over Fabio Quartararo. For those of you who can't see what the gap is, it's 0.571 as things currently stand. And Bagnaia doing what he usually does. He gets into a rhythm. But the thing is, once he's done that, if his concentration breaks, he hits the deck. We've seen it in Italy. We saw it in San Marino when Quartararo got the championship because of that accident.
Yeah, I feel like this track is very nightmarish.
Yeah, it is. It's completely nightmarish.
It's like you got to be very, very careful.
Someone's down. It's Rins. Rins has dropped down to 21st. He's crashed. Yeah, yellow around the 4th sector.
I guess Marquez wins that.
And that is disastrous for the co-lead in this World Championship. Alex Rins was 2nd. He was on 69 points level with Quartararo. The only reason Quartararo was ahead because he'd won a Grand Prix. And Alex Rins, in the season where he knows he needs to really have improvements, he's gone down, but he has got going again, which is good to see. So quick recovery there, but that's one of the Suzuki's down.
I want to see a replay of that because...
Do you reckon he went wide? Here you go.
I know that Rins and Marquez were battling quite a lot.
Oh, he ran through the gravel. Exit at turn 11 and 12, so the Alex Gravel corner.
Oh, who else is down? Zarco!
No! Has he actually crashed? Yellow sector 2, yeah. Fabio Quartararo. It's Johan Zarco. Sorry, I've said the wrong name there. My apologies.
No, Fabio would be a great name for Zarco.
Yeah. It's Johan Zarco who has crashed out, and he's okay. He's limping actually a little bit, isn't he? So
why is he carrying a piece of a bag?
It's the doctor.
That's a big bag. That's a nightmare for him.
Let's take a look. How did it happen? He's chasing with Marco Bezzecchi into turn 5. Front drops. Oh, and I think the bike actually whacked him on the face as well on the way down. The visor sort of hit him. That's a nasty accident. No wonder he was limping away from it as well. He tumbled in the gravel trap, but he's doing okay, which is great news. He's up and out. No sign of the red flag, which is good because of the medical safety teams do like to stop it, especially at this circuit because the runoffs are so tight. Marquez just trail braked in to try and overtake Jack Miller. Didn't work out that way. So the battle is on for the lead. The battle is on for the final podium position here at the Spanish Grand Prix for MotoGP. And it's all eyes up front as well, because this continues to close in. It continues to have the battles we love. And Marquez, he was fighting for third back in 2020 as well when he had the accident. So this could be something fun. Through turn 4, I wince every time he goes through, just in case he goes down. But
Well,
Jack Miller's more likely to go down. He did it last week.
Well, let's hope none of them go down round that corner, because I don't think anyone wants to go there.
It'll be a career ender. Marquez could survive it, but I don't think anybody else could. Marquez, as we've
He was
seen,
lucky.
he was lucky. He hit with just the right angle, not to cause permanent damage, because that's what happened to Kenny Roberts Jr. Crashed there, out of the season. Kevin Schwantz, same place as well. Bradle's crashed again. Is that his second crash? Well, that's keeping the yellows out, isn't it? The yellows were already out, and that's Bradle down at turn 13. That's the last. Second crash is turn 1.
Once this track gets you, once it's going to get you.
Well, Marquez in practice on Friday crashed twice in one lap. Went down once at turn 6, got back up, went down again at turn 9, both on the right-hand side.
But I was glad it wasn't turn 4.
Yeah, I was thinking, because it was the right-hand side, I was thinking maybe the brakes were sticking and maybe the tyre, there was a problem with it, and I just hit the wrong angle. Apparently, it was a brake problem that caused it as well. It was sticking at the rear, so every time he turned right, the brake locked and just went down. So Marquez, every time he turns right, is probably going to be keeping his fingers and toes crossed.
Turn 4 isn't a right.
It's a left.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yellow flags have finally been retrieved from everyone dropping on the circuit. So 3 retirements officially, Bradle, Zarco and Darren Binder. But we've had several crashes now. 7 riders, I think, have gone
Let's
down.
look through this. Rins went out, Martin went out, Bradle twice, Sarko once, and Binder.
So everyone from Rins down has hit
Yeah.
the deck. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would say 6.
6, yeah. So I was close with 7.
By the end of this, it'll probably be 7.
And Bastianini passes Brad Binder.
For a minute, I thought that was the 7th.
Every time the name starts to go up or down, if it's going
just like-
down, I think, yeah. Look at this, though. Marc Marquez has got the run on Jack Miller down towards turn 6 as well. He's going to pull to the inside line. He thought about it, but Jack Miller breaks super late, takes a tight inside line as well. Marquez trying to follow the same line, but I don't think he can follow a Ducati that well. We saw it all that through the weekend as well.
Difficult.
Well, Zarco was complaining about Marc Marquez, saying, why is he following us faster riders? Why is he getting a toe off us? He's an 8-time champion. He doesn't need to be doing that. And that's true. He doesn't, but he needs to.
Yeah.
Marquez cannot last a lap unless he's following someone. I don't think he likes having the visual pointers. I don't think he's got that mentality to sort of go, I'm going too far here. I think he's lost that a little bit.
That's why sometimes when he was leading before, he kind of lost the lead because of that. Because he wasn't
do you
able
see
to
there? Look at that. It's gone too deep. He nearly dropped the front.
See?
Yeah, front brakes, they nearly buckled. He managed to save it as well, but he's lost so much time now, and he's nearly into the clutches of Malaysia Sparkle. He's having to go offline, not to give the toe up the straight to the Aprilia.
I think maybe you should play an online game.
Or just to completely get out of it.
Yeah, just like play an online game, get familiar with it again.
Yeah.
That might help.
Well, maybe they do. I mean, they've got simulators, of course. It's akin to Formula 1, and they do spend time on it as well. But they're much more physical than F1 simulators because it's riding a motorcycle for this amount of time is more physical than a Formula 1 race as well.
Because you're moving your entire body.
Yeah, and that's not me saying that. That's Lewis Hamilton saying that. But Jack got a bad exit out of Cito Ponds at turn 5. Mark can't capitalise. That Ducati's just got too much grunt down the straight.
It does. And I wonder if any of them ever felt scared when going on a really low corner, because I'd like, please don't drop, please don't drop.
What, do you remember last time out in Portugal over the hill and dropping down to Craig Jones?
Just like,
that part of the track. Yeah, if you crash there, it's blind. So if anyone comes over, they're going to hit you. They'll have no time to react at all. It's one of the most dangerous corners. For MotoGP wants to race at Spa. That is insane.
Spa?
Yeah. They want to race at Spa. And the MotoGP...
Spa causes loads of crashes even in F1.
They want to do a Rouge on a MotoGP bike as well.
A Rouge in the rain is nightmarish.
Well, Spa is originally a motorcycle circuit before it was a car racing circuit.
Can we go back to the crash that happened?
Oh, Mark's too deep. He had to set that one up, didn't he? Again into that last corner at Lorenzo. And look at this. He's looking down on the dash. He is trying to minimise his toe completely to stop an advantage from Aleix. But Mark is struggling out there. He's on the hard front, medium rear, the same as everybody else in this field. But Mark is really beginning to struggle.
Do you remember the last time we went to Spa? How many crashes there were there? I don't think it would be safe for MotoGP to go there.
They've made some adjustments. They've moved the barrier back on the run down to Rouge and all that.
Even in the wet, like even if it wasn't wet, it was still very much crashing every 5 seconds.
2024 rumoured the Belgian Grand Prix for MotoGP is coming.
Do you remember what happened in W Series?
Yes, I do. Yeah,
and
it was Lando as well.
There was like 6 crashes out there on the same day as Lando crashing out, and Vettel having to say, "Are you okay?" to Lando on going.
I must admit though, I'd quite like to see a motorcycle go up Rouge. I think that would be quite fun, and I would love that track. So motorcycle would be fun, but it would be dangerous.
I keep imagining it falling backwards.
Downhill wouldn't be so bad as uphill, actually. But you can carry a lot of speed into the braking zone, so maybe it'd be more dangerous. Anyway, back to the front. Bagnaia and Quartararo. It stayed all race. The gap less than a second. That's a remarkable consistency between the two. Bagnaia and Quartararo. The gap now 6 tenths. Yeah, this is unbelievable. It's just waiting for something to happen. It's like a pressure cooker. But the battle for third place is even better because they're all close together. Literally, the gap between them, I think, is what? A tenth? 2 tenths? It's 2 tenths between all of them. They are inside 2 tenths of a second. So that means they're a tenth between each other as they run up the hill towards turn number 1. The right-hander, Curva Expo 92, here at Jerez in Spain. It's Jerez, if anybody wants to call it, but it is Jerez or Jerez. It's the Anglo-Saxon is Jerez. The proper Spanish is Jerez. But it's just a fantastic circuit as well. Last lap, Quartararo pulled in 2 tenths over Bagnaia. The gap is now 0.492. It changes as quick as I can say it. It was 5, now it's 4 as they head down towards turn 6. I wonder, is Bagnaia's tyres starting to go? We know he rides the front of that incredibly hard, and he likes sliding the rear out.
Gardner, track limits warning. Told you there was something going on with Gardner.
If he does that one more time, he'll get a long lap penalty. We've seen several of those come in as well over the last couple of races here today in Moto 3 and Moto 2 and MotoGP and Moto E actually as well. You can catch highlights of Moto 2 and Moto 3 coming up in the next couple of weeks as well here. And the Moto E races, they kicked off, and race 2 is after MotoGP. And that'll be on the BT Sport Extra Red Button service as well. Keep on going through. Joe Samioka says, I think Aleix will get third place. That's Aleix Spargo.
Let's hope not, otherwise it's losing the...
Yeah, for Miller and Mark, And if they do get it, they lose the successions as well on the board for Aprilia. The right to upgrade the bike throughout the season. So
they should get 4th.
Yeah.
Well, it's like keep that high in the standings, so also keep the being able to have succession.
I love the spaceship above the media centre above the track here. It's spinning round like alien flashing lights, 10 laps to go. I love that. That's the first year I've seen them do that. But they've put LED panels inside the spaceship media centre, a UFO type thing, and it's just flashing around 10 laps to go. That's a genius idea. Whoever thought of that deserves a promotion.
It's very clever. And Martin has just got a track limits warning.
Well, he's down in 22nd position, isn't it, for Martin? So it's not going to do much damage to his race, unfortunately, today. Battle for third, still brewing on. We're now watching Jack Miller, Marc Marquez, and Spargo. Aleix trying to go around the outside of Mark. Mark was breaking the toe. I think Mark's happy where he is. Don't you think? He's going to... It's typical Marc Marquez. He's going to wait until the last couple of laps and then do the dive bomb manoeuvre.
Yeah, because then he doesn't have to worry about having to keep someone behind him.
He doesn't.
Constantly.
Yeah, he likes being the predator, not the prey. That's Marc Marquez all over. You wouldn't say, he's prey. No, he's a predator. He'll hunt you down and
even
wait
with
to the
his
last
shoulder.
second. Yeah, even with, he is an utter predator. And unfortunately, that makes Jack Miller the prey. And Alicia Spargo, I suppose, is the small sharks that... Or
the
fish
human
that,
watching on with popcorn.
Yeah, he's the fish who swims alongside the bigger shark of Marc Marquez as they come through turn 12 at Curva Ferrari. Down towards now the left-hander hairpin of Curva Lorenzo. Marc again looking quite unsteady. This time it was Alicia. She was unsteady. Nearly went off the track as well. Had a big snap of, what would you call it, oversteer on the bike. He just stepped out at the rear. Had to snap it back around with a clever use of the front brake paddle as well to sling the bike forward. As well, the amount of tricks that these guys use that you could use on a BMX bike is unbelievable. Because what Alicia just did, I've done on a push bike. That's behind me in the commentary box. Literally, you just take... Look, the rear starts to go. You start to drop it. So you just put the front brake on, put all your weight to the front, sling the rear around with your hips, and put it back down, and you're back in position. Simple, but yet beautiful mechanics. And that is the biggest gap it's been today. It's now 0.8 of a second between Bagnaia and Quartararo. How are they staying within a second and not making moves? Well, look at this.
I'm not sure.
Same could be said for third, fourth, and fifth.
I think Quartararo is waiting.
Like Mark and Delacia waiting.
Yeah.
Well, they know as well. Yeah, they are. They're all waiting. And these are the closest spots on the track. Binder is just dropped off 0.2. Was behind Bastianini, but he's made a mistake. He's now 0.8 off Bastianini.
Turns out it's not a good day for the Binders.
It's really not. Oh, and Jack went wide. Jack Miller went really, really wide round to Aspar into Anglo Nito at turn 9. He tightens up the inside line. Mark could have had him there. But he's waiting. Look at him.
He could easily pass him, and yet you can see where his head's going. He's looking at his tyres.
Marc Marquez is playing a real-life version of Hungry Hippos. He's desperately looking at the back as well. He's getting everything inside now. Look at Jack. The front tyre is completely the opposite direction. It's going right when it needs to go left. Completely out of shape. And Marquez just happily stays behind him. We've got 8 laps to go here in the Spanish Grand Prix. Nobody wants to take the lead of this race. Bagnaia is saying, OK, I'll take it. But he's been chased. The gap's 0.6 between him now and Quartararo. And nobody wants to take third or fourth either because Miller's staying there. He's happy with it. But Marquez and Aleix could pass him and just not passing him. This is literally one long tease, this race.
Aleix is like, I'm happy where I am. I'm just sitting here with popcorn watching.
They're playing with us. That's what they're doing. They're playing with us.
They are.
This is
wobble.
Oh, that's from Jack Miller. Miller again. Look, that Ducati not looking stable. Mark could easily just trail break it in there. He could make the move. Look. He tried to. He had a thought, didn't he? But too late. Mark nearly dropped the front. He had to save it again.
Just like, I'm thinking about this, so I really should just wait and give him more anxiety.
Current championship. Quartararo will lead by 12 points to Aleix Espargaro. Then 20 points to Rins and 21 to Bastianini. So it's still close. But Quartararo, he's happy with second, but he would want those extra 5 points for the race win to bring it up to 17-point advantage.
I just realised something.
Go on.
I just thought when looking at the timings for Miller, Marquez, and it's Espargaro, and I thought the Spanish are coming, Miller. And it's a Spanish Grand Prix.
Marquez tried. He's had a thought about going around the outside, but he braked too late to the last corner. He's lost all the advantage he had. He gained in that last sector, sector 4, and Aleix was nearly on him, but couldn't get past.
They should call Marquez, and it's
Rins passes Salvador.
Espargaro. Yeah. Just like the Spanish Armada coming for Miller.
Yeah, to be fair, it could be. Yeah, in Spain, yeah. To be fair, I couldn't actually see Aleix Espargaro. I thought he'd gone down, but he's stuck. He's riding perfectly in sync with Marc Marquez. It's literally like he's Marquez's shadow. Yeah. We were riding on the back camera of Jack Miller, and I could not see Aleix. He's that close. I can see Mark, but he's too close to him.
He's just taking some notes.
Yeah, one after the other, continuing to find the time. Now on the inside line, down to turn 6. Tight line for all 3 of them, actually. They're literally riding identically. I've never seen this before. It's like synchronized diving. I think Tom Daly might even give them a 5 out of 10 for that one. That was perfect. Now look at this. Bagnaia and Quartararo, the gap now 0.826 and beginning to close down. I think Quartararo's decided, right, I've had enough of this now. He needs to start bringing that gap in. ideally a 10th a lap because there's 7 to go. Closing up on 6 to go, though, isn't it? And he has brought it down, actually, a 10th. The gap now 7 tenths. But has he done it too late? How much time can he save?
I can think he should start going for it 3 laps from the end.
Just taking a look at Pepe Bagnaia. His last race win was in Valencia back in 2021, the last race of the year. Of course, he won his first one in Aragon last season, and he was still a championship contender as well. It was a funny old season last year. Quartararo was clearly the main candidate for it. Then Bagnaia came out of the rings kicking in the second half of the season, but just couldn't close up. And then that crash in San Marino really cost him.
Okay, Espargaro must be like really, really close to Marquez because everyone else's like time away from everyone else changed, but his stayed perfectly the same.
24.5, first sector. They're bang on each other as well. This is getting good now between them as well. Marquez is close to Miller, 0.057 across the first sector line. Surely Marquez is going for the move. He has to make the move.
He's getting close.
Oh, the one ball with Aleix trying to look forward as well. Now you can't see Jack Miller. They're all too close together. It's like that strange science experiment they make you do in school with projections of light into a pyramid. If you stand from one angle, you can't see green. If you stand from another, you can't see blue. But if you stand from green, you can see blue. And if you stand from blue, you can see green. But you can always see red.
I don't think I've ever done that one before.
It's the Doppler effect. Sound and light. Light travels faster than sound.
Well, I've had it explained Sheldon Cooper's costume in...
I'm surprised you've never done it. It's basic science. I'm surprised I never did it.
Our science teachers in the beginning weren't very good.
Physics. Anyway, here we go then. On the board...
Well in that.
Yeah, there you go. I did too. Coming down. 7 tenths the gap now, still between Bagnaia and Quartararo. 5 to go here for the Spanish Grand Prix.
Our science teachers in my old school only got good in year 9 because there was a new teacher. All the others needed, they needed work.
Down, look at that. Marquez almost dropping the bike again. He's turning right into turn 2, curve of Michelin, and the tyre wants to go left. He's turning in so much speed to try and catch up, and he's really dragging it with its... He's dragging the teeth, isn't he? He's dragging that bike around with his teeth, and he's going for it on the inside. Miller's gone too deep. Marquez has got the run of him, and he's through at Cito Pons. But that's not going to work out because now it's the 0.3 mile straight. It's 3 abreast as Aleix backs out of it. It's Marquez versus Miller, and Marquez comes out on top. He just beats a Ducati down the straight. What happened there? Brilliant for Mark. He took the opportunity of Miller making the mistake. That was the open door he was looking for, and he doesn't even stroll in. He dances in backwards as I heard someone go down, and now I can see Luca Marini's dropped to 15th place. I wonder if he's gone down. No, he's okay. So Vinales has past him.
Look at Aleix now. He's studying Miller so much.
Look, small mistake for Miller. Trail breaks. Marquez takes a very tight inside line.
It's like, hello, goodbye.
And I reckon that completely surprised Jack Miller, you know. I don't think he would have expected it because you notice how eager he got through.
It was like he was sneaking in.
And Aleix dives up the inside, and that really did surprise Miller. As Brother Marquez has gone deep, and Aleix Espargaro takes the pair of them at the last corner. What a move! He was waiting, and now Miller dives to the inside of turn 1, gets ahead of Marquez, who comes in all locked up on the front and the rear of the bike, and Johan Mir joins the party now, the 2020 world champion. Aleix up to 3rd, and Aprilia at the moment will lose their succession ballast, but this is fantastic news. They are back, and now Miller's mistakes put Marquez under pressure. He loses out two places.
Aleix is happy as Larry.
Look at Aleix. He's taken off. Aleix is just gone. He's already pulled out a bigger gap than they've all had. Back we go now, down towards turn number 6.
I think Aleix may have been the prey.
Aleix was the... What, Aleix?
I mean, no, the predator.
Aleix was definitely the predator.
The sneaky predator.
I've never seen that. He slipped up the end. Let's take a look at the replay. So Marquez makes a mistake. Trail breaks in. Jack also makes a mistake. And Marquez saved it. Marquez fell. Marquez fell onto his elbow and he saved it.
Now that's impressive.
Marquez usually does save them. We haven't seen him done that since his injury. But on his damaged shoulder, Marc Marquez saved it on his elbow. He put the bike back up. That's insane. He's done it again.
I think he's finally back.
I think he is. And what a Spanish Grand Prix. The pressure cooker, the steam blows the lid off the top and the game is on. 3 laps to go.
Mark's getting closer.
And Quartararo's getting closer to Bagnaia. Mark's getting closer to Miller and Espargaro. But Espargaro has now checked out. And I think he was saving tyres. And I think he was saving a bit of fuel as well. Because he's now on maximum attack.
I told you, 3 laps to go. It's a golden point.
Everything just explodes. And now look at Johan Mir. He fancies maybe even a 4th if he can get ahead of Miller and Marquez. They were too busy fighting with themselves. Aleix Espargaro is like... They've basically gone down an alley.
Can we just point out that Vinales is in 14th?
Oh, yeah, Vinales down in 14th position. That's an interesting one. He's dropped back a couple of positions. So
No, he's gone up.
Gained. Oh, wow, gained. I thought he was up in 12th.
No, he's about to pass Marquez. He was...
Alex.
Yeah, I said Marquez. Oh, yeah.
Alex Marquez, there's 2.
Yeah. I see, I'm not with it. Yeah, Vinales was originally a little bit further down.
Yeah.
So Salvadori needs some work. It's lucky they have 3 people in a team.
Happy Q says, go Mark. I think we all say go Mark. That was fantastic opportunity. And what a move.
I still can't believe he did that.
I can't believe he did it. And then, of course, Aleix did the pair of them.
I could just imagine Alex saying that after the race, just like, and you said you couldn't do the hoovering.
I'm imagining right now that scene in the office where they're all holding invisible guns to each other, and all of a sudden we turn around and see Pam standing there as well. Pam is Aleix Espargaro. He's just coming out of nowhere and joined the fight. Yeah.
Just like, hi.
Oh, and Miller's gone too deep again. We cut away at the wrong time. Marquez was going to the inside line in the last corner at the left-hander curve of Lorenzo.
Great, now I want to watch The Office again.
Yeah, did he make that move? No, he didn't. Miller stays ahead. The gap has closed, though, so Mark is back in, maybe to get 3rd. What a race here in Spain. This is absolutely fantastic. And we've still got 2 to go. And Quartararo has brought that 8/10 gap down to a 4/10 gap. We're in for a showdown in Spain. Martin, long lap penalty. So Hoy Martin's day goes from bad to worse to absolutely getting killed with a shovel.
I was going to watch my new box set of Vampire Diaries, and now I want to watch The Office, so thank you for that.
Business is picking up, says Joe. It absolutely is. And look at this again. So Bagnaia and Quartararo stayed 1-2 throughout the whole race. And they've brought out a 9.8 second advantage to Aleix Espargaro. And now the battle is on for the last 2 laps. Who is going to win the Spanish Grand Prix? Is it going to be Pepe Bagnaia or is it going to be Fabio Quartararo? Quartararo has won here before. He won the opening 2 races in Andalusia and in Jerez when it was called that back in 2020. Can he win here again? And last year, it went to Jack Miller on the Ducati. This year, it's going to be his teammate, Bagnaia.
Can we just point out that Espargaro's just managed to make a second gap between him and Miller?
Here we go. Bagnaia coming through across the line. You know what time it is. Last lap the call. And Bagnaia has a 4/10 advantage to Quartararo. He just has to make it another 2.748 miles. Aleix Espargaro in 3rd. They were Aprilia were one podium away from losing out their advantage.
I think they've lost it because Espargaro's now a second ahead.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah. So they've lost their successions.
Unless he downs it.
But for a podium for Aprilia, that's great news. It's fantastic.
I feel like Aleix is constantly on the podium now ever since this one.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah, he is constantly on it. Down towards turn 6 we go then. We're focusing on the top 2. Bagnaia's trail breaking into turn 6 as well. Quartararo looked as sharp as a pin on the brakes as well. Gap now 5/10. I think this is going to go the way of Pepe Bagnaia as Jack Miller goes defensive on Marquez. Marquez trying to come back on the inside line at turn 6. Hasn't worked out. This is the battle for 4th position. But for Marc Marquez, it's the battle of who's got the biggest wills out here at the moment as well. And look at Mark up the inside and he's taken him. Down the inside at turn 7, he goes too deep. Miller tries to come back at him and cover Aspar. Hasn't worked out. Marc Marquez goes to 4th with a superb move on Miller, and now it's heating up at the front. 3 tenths between them. Is it going to be like 2005 with Rossi on the inside of his teammate Caparola? No, into the last corner. It's a drag race to the line. Quartararo's gone. A better exit. Bagnaia exits the last corner. They're closing him down, but it's too late. Pepo Bagnaia wins the Spanish Grand Prix. It's back-to-back Spain victories for the Italian, and Aleix Espargaro finishes in third, and Marc Marquez finishes fourth with a great race with Jack Miller. Johan Mir is sixth, Nakagami seventh, but Aprilia back on the podium. They lose their successions. Their engine has worked brilliantly. Quartararo extends the lead in the championship, but it's all eyes and all honours to Francesco Bagnaia, who has taken his 5th career win in MotoGP, and even more impressively, his first win of the season.
Woohoo!
What a race.
That's good, and good for the Spaniards as well, because they've got 3rd and 4th, and double, isn't it up to 15 that get points here?
Yes.
But that means that Aprilia's got double points since Vinales just managed to get back.
Fought it back up to P14 as well. Gigi Dall'Igno is very happy down at Ducati. And that is absolutely fantastic action as well. We're going to hear from the top 3 in just a second as well when they come into the pit lane. Megan's going to leave the commentary box shortly as well. She's literally been in here for... How long was the race on for? Has anyone got that gap? Around about 42 minutes you've been in here in total. And I think you've done enough with your stomach as well.
Yes.
So
I came in just as the
lights went out.
Lights went out because the bee... Yeah, I didn't get time to tell you because the lights were going out. A bee was literally hovering right near the thing, and I was about to go in just thinking, okay, it's enough for where I can go. And then, because you were saying leading up to the grid, and then it went on the bit of the door.
Oh, and Jorge Martin has a 3-second penalty for failing to comply with the long lap penalty. And look at this. Another sign of their progress. With today's podium, Aprilia will now officially lose their concessions. That's it. No more developing the bike throughout the season like everybody else does with their engine power. It's fixed. And now Aleix Espargaro as well, on the podium in his home race, goes to his home fans and throws his gloves up into the air. And Marc Marquez finishes 4th with a 93 flag as well. Having lost out in 2020 with that crash, this is good for Marc. He's back. There's no question about it. Marc's back now.
It is.
Yeah.
Marc is definitely back.
We keep saying this, but it's like we need more proof.
Yeah, after that save on his damaged elbow, yeah. I mean, shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah, the B. Imagine that was the door, like the edge of the door in the frame.
Yeah.
The B was here. Literally right there. And for some reason, it flew away a bit. I was just like, right, I've got to go in here quickly.
Yeah.
And even with my baton wheels, I was like, this is going to cost me.
You can go now. Thanks, Megs. The fans are absolutely beside themselves. Marc Marquez walking around now. Yeah, he's actually off the bike now. He's stopped next to the same grandstand. He throws the flag off as well, gives a big wave to his fans as well. And like Aleix Espargaro, jumps up on the tyres actually and gives a massive thumbs up. And he's going to throw his gloves into the grandstand as well. That is absolutely fantastic. Oh, with his shoulder, can he throw? Oh, well, no question about his ball throwing skills for Marc Marquez. His left glove goes to the right and his right glove goes to the left. Somebody tell him hand-eye coordination skills. He might still have double vision. But great job there from Marc today. We'll go through the official results in a few moments' time as well. And Josh Pace says, I just saved a bee under a week ago. Oh, fantastic. Always save the bees as well. That's a great TikTok account, everybody, as well. A lovely lady in America who always is a beekeeper and helps rescue bees that have put up hives in garages and under cars and everything as well. Just a absolutely fantastic lady as well as they come through. From... Kiaru, the Explorer, MotoGP just noticed this channel. Well, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy the commentary as well. It's certainly a passion, and I'm glad that so many of you have enjoyed today's Spanish Grand Prix with us. We'll be covering IndyCar on Watch Along later on this evening as well. Getting underway, I think, at 5:45. Green light for IndyCar is at 6:05. Those times are British summer times, so convert them into your locals, or you can just simply go to the YouTube channel and set a reminder for the live. 5th different winner of the season in 6 races, Pepe Bagnaia. What a season we are having in MotoGP. And also, none of them Marc Marquez. It's since Marquez's accident, I think he would have definitely been in contention for 2020. And he was there in 2021 and still injured. But we've had so many teams step up to the mark and continually progress and do fantastic work. And I'm loving the scene of MotoGP. I think it's more competitive right now than Formula One, for sure. Marc Marquez, a standing ovation down in his Repsol Honda garage with loads of rounds of applause and a little shrug of the shoulder as he came in as well. He knows what he did. He knows what he did. And Maverick Vinales, he's got a Maverick helmet on this weekend from Top Gun. The same flying helmet, of course, that Tom Cruise used. The design as Top Gun Maverick comes out on the 27th of May. And he's going to be keeping that one. Let's take a look at Marc Marquez. He properly dropped that into the last corner. He properly dropped it, and he saved it on his kneecap and his elbow. That is just classic Marc. I haven't seen him do that since the accident in 2020. I'm delighted to see he could do it again today. That is absolutely fab. As they come through. Look at that. It's a 60-degree lean angle, I think, when he dropped it and saved it. And this is his switch back. If you're watching on with us with Miller on the last lap, Miller thought he got it done. Marc slipped up the inside, and a big black line getting put down on the tarmac as well by Marc around turn 7 and 8, just to make sure he stayed ahead of Miller. And he drag raced into the line, but he got him. 0.285, the gap between Bagnaia and Quartararo at the line. Alation 3rd, Marquez 4th, Miller 5th. We're going to hear now, actually, from the top 3 shortly. So let's take a look at the times. Let's take a look then, completely, if we can, at the race results. It is Pepe Bagnaia taking the victory. Fabio Quartararo finishes 2nd. Aleix Espargaro 3rd. 4th for Marc Marquez. 5th for Jack Miller. 6th, Yara Mia. 7th, Takiki Nakagami. 8th. For Enea Bastianini, 9th Marco Bezzecchi, and 10th for Brad Binder. Paul Espargaro is in 11th, 12th Miguel Oliveira, Alex Marquez 13th, 14th for Maverick Vinales. The last point to pay position go to Franco Morbidelli in 15th, Luca Marini 16th, Andrea Dovizioso is 17th, Fabio Di Gianantonio is 18th, Alex Rins 19th, and then Remy Garner 20th, Lorenzo Savadori 21st, and Jorge Martin 22nd. Stefan Bradl, Johan Zarco, and Darren Binder are only official retirements from this race as well. I think now we're getting ready, if I'm right, to hear from our top 3 who will be speaking shortly, I'm sure, to the one and only Simon Crafar. But while we do wait for that, let's take a quick look at the standings. Fabio Quartararo now leads on 89 points. He's 7 clear. Aleix Espargaro is on 82. Bastianini on 69, the same as Alex Rins. So Rins came in level with Quartararo. He leaves level with Bastianini. Bagnaia 56 with that win today throws him into the fight. All 5 winners in the top 5 as well. That's great to see. Mia, Zarco, Binder, Marquez, and Oliveira round out the top 10. And every permanent rider has points as well on the board. And now we are going to hear from Aleix Espargaro, finished 3rd in today's race. It is his 5th career podium, and he is talking down in the pits with Simon Crafar from MotoGP on the world feed.
On the box in 3rd. Aleix, you rode like the devil again. Another podium for Aprilia. Also, concessions gone for next year. How do you feel?
I feel good, very happy. You know, it has been very difficult mentally, because I was quicker, a lot quicker than Jack and Mark, but I couldn't overtake them. They make a little bit of snake on the straight, so I had no space to overtake Mark on the brakes. He was super good on the brakes, but then he had no speed corner. I couldn't. So I say, okay, today he's just waiting for the mistake. So I saw that Jack brake early, then I came in and Mark lose the front. So my race changed completely in just one corner, and then I say, okay, that's my time, bye-bye. I pushed like a hell, and I dropped more than half second because I had the speed, but I couldn't overtake, and this is part of the races, so we have to improve on this area, but we have the speed. Congratulations to Pecco and Ducati, because during this weekend they were awesome, but we are there, second in the champ, less than 10 points from leading, so I'm dreaming.
Wonderful, Aleix. Congratulations. Great.
As I said, his 5th career podium in MotoGP, and he's second of the season after victory in Argentina. And there's the brilliant double move he did right up the inside at turn 13 on the left-hander. Miller had a moment, and Aleix slipped up the inside. Mark had that fantastic save, but it was too late. Aleix mugging them both. Kisses as well to the team as he came in. And there's this, again, the confirmation of the championship standings as well. That is your championship standings on the side of your screen there. Quartararo leading the standings. We'll switch that back, actually, to the official results for you so that you're not confused as to who has won this race and who hasn't. But it was Pepe Bagnaia taking victory from Fabio Quartararo and Aleix Espargaro in third. We'll have the podium ceremony shortly, and look at that. Thousands upon thousands of motorcycles have been parked here in the overflow car parks, and it is just so nice to see. A predicted 170,000 fans have been here today. Let's hear from second place man Fabio Quartararo as well. Podium number 23 of his MotoGP career as well.
Today.
He's down in the pit lane
Fabio,
with Simon.
Great ride, extension and lead-wise in the championship. It looked like a tough race. Tell us how it played out.
Yes, it was a really tough race. I mean, Pecco made an amazing start, an amazing race. I tried to overtake him on the first lap because I knew that for my front tire was going to be difficult. And I tried everything, but he was really, really fast. I think that our pace that we managed to get today was just insane. And I mean, my front tire was super hot, super high pressure. I felt that I couldn't brake more hard, but I could maintain the pace with him, and I think the gap with the guys behind was quite a lot. So I think both of us were really fast today, and congratulations to him, because was not a battle because we didn't overtake us, but was an intense race, and we enjoy a lot.
Great job, Fabio. Congratulations.
Certainly was an intense race as well. 2 tenths in the end. They never went outside of a second the entire race. Quartararo and Bagnaia, I think that's the first time in history, certainly as far as I can remember, I'll double check, that the top two, the entire race across all 25 laps, they stayed within a second of each other every single lap. That is remarkably consistent from the pair of them. And honestly, Fabio Quartararo and Francesco Bagnaia, right up there as some of the great riders in this championship. Let's hear from the race winner for the first time this year, since Valencia. He's talking with Simon.
Today, pole position and the win. How does that feel?
It's a beautiful day. we struggled a lot at the start of the season during the test. We never stopped working. I had the luck to race in Portimao, to even the pain. I was fighting to have again the same feeling of last year, and finally this weekend that everything went well. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We are back at our potential, or more, because last year in this track we were struggling more compared to Fabio. Fabio was unbeatable, and today we have done an incredible job. So I want to say thanks to all the people that have helped me in this week with my problem to of the shoulder, and nothing. I just want to enjoy today. Give a huge hug to my family at home, to my girlfriend that is at home with my little dog, seeing me, and nothing. I'm so happy.
Congratulations.
He's just so happy, Pepe Bagnaia. He's so appreciative of every little victory he gets, every little podium he gets, everything. He is one of the most remarkable men I think I've seen in this paddock. And a very happy podium. Usually, in this case, we usually get one or two on the podium and go like, oh, I could have done better today. I should have got second. And it's all anger and it's pent-up rage. It's nice and refreshing after such a great race we've just seen that everybody on the podium, all three of them, Bagnaia, Quartararo and Aleix Espargaro, they are all happy to be there. They're all delighted with their performances today. And they've all got a reason to smile. Bagnaia, first win of the season, first win for Ducati as well on the factories, I think, this year as well. Then, of course, going further down, Fabio Quartararo extends his championship lead, has a very consistent race and was very happy that he could keep up with the Ducati at this track. And Aleix Espargaro, now Aprilia lose their concessions for 2023. They have got a fantastic advantage now in the championship. They're second again, with Quartararo leading. There's only 7 points between them. Aleix now in the hunt for the title. This is giving me shades of 2020 when Suzuki rose up the ranks as well. It's fantastic. Aprilia are doing great, and this can only get better. We'll hear the podium shortly. We'll hear the Italian national anthem for both Peppo Bagnaia and the Ducati team as well. Gigi Dall'Igno, big bear hugs with the team principals as well around Ducati and all the mechanics and engineers. And it's just absolutely spectacular. Right, before the podium, we'll remind you that we've got IndyCar coming up later on this afternoon. Full watch along from the Grand Prix of Alabama as well. The Grid Network as well. We'll be doing a wrap-up show afterwards on YouTube as well. So follow both and just get involved. And if you loved what you see here, by all means, do hit that subscribe button as well. But join us for everything. We do Formula One, everything. Formula 1, MotoGP, Formula E, British Touring Cars, F2, F3, Moto2, Moto3. It's everything. IndyCar. There's so much action. There's so much to enjoy here. And I enjoy commentating on it, and I enjoy reading the chat room and seeing everybody flashing up and just enjoying the race, as I do too. And I'm really happy. This is a safe space for motorsport fans as well. So, they're in the cool-down room now. Fabio Quartararo just saying about how he could close out. I would throw up the fader, but BT Sport are also talking in my ear, so I can't really get everything in there. I hope it says Rare fans as well, so saying Fabio up there. So yeah, Fabio, P2, great result there for the French rider. Of course, last year's world champion, going to defend his crown. And he's just smiling and he's happy. Fun fact, actually, Fabio Quartararo just had his birthday, hasn't he? 20th of April, 1999, now 23 years old. I myself, born the 21st of April, 1999, also 23. There's a day between myself and Fabio Quartararo. He's a world champion, and I'm a commentator. Who got the better deal? Joe Semega says, question, if Aleix has a better start, would he be contender for the win? Yes. If Aleix had a better start, he already had a great start, but if Aleix had not fallen back in the late stage of the race and then find back up, I think he could have been up there with Bagnaia and Quartararo today, for sure. On to the podium then. We go for the 6th round of this MotoGP Championship. At least we're not going off air like we did last time in Portugal, so we can get over to commentate on the Formula 1. 3rd place, as I said, for Aleix Espargaro. 2nd for Fabio Quartararo. The race winner, though, is Peppo Bagnaia. I'm going to move this out of the way, actually. Is Peppo Bagnaia. Just celebrations all the way around. Hugs and cheers with everybody as well. And we'll hear, I think the trophies, first of all, will be presented. So Ducati now take the lead in the Constructors' Championship as well. And Juan Marin, the Vice President of the Andalusian government, presents Ducati with their Constructors' Wine Goblet trophy. It's literally like a wine goblet from King Arthur's time as well. It's a beautiful little pot to there. I like that as they come through. Now on to race victories as well. Aleix Espargaro gets his trophy. Mamen Sanchez Diaz, the mayor of Jerez de la Fontana, presents the trophy to Aleix Espargaro. Back-to-back podiums as well for Aprilia. That's even more brilliant for the first time as well. And they had a race win. 2nd place, Jorge Villegas, the FIM president, will present the trophy for 2nd to Fabio Quartararo as well. And he's one of the happiest people I've ever seen is Jorge. As they come through. Now, Peppo Bagnaia for his 11th podium in MotoGP, his 34th podium overall, his 5th win in MotoGP, his 15th win across all 3 classes. Juan Manuel Monrella Boniella, the president of the Andalusian government, will present the trophy to Pepo Bagnaia, who fantastically, dominantly, brilliantly wins from lights out to checkered flag, a grand slam with the pole as well. It's Pepo Bagnaia winning in Spain, and we'll hear the Italian national anthem, which I think, after hearing in both Formula One...
For the first time today, caps off, as we get ready for the Italian national anthem.
Gavin Emick talking over me there, but have to talk over it. But one of the most passionate national anthems out there. Formula One made it famous, of course, with Michael Schumacher and Ferrari in their run. Valentino Rossi really made it famous across the world, not only in MotoGP. The sound of Italy goes with MotoGP so well. And it's nice to hear it on there with Francesco Bagnaia, an Italian winning the Spanish Grand Prix on an Italian bike. Next up, it's the French Grand Prix at Le Mans in 2 weeks' time. Are we going to see another domination there from Ducati, or Yamaha going to come back into the title frame? After that, of course, the Italian Grand Prix. It's all out war now because we head to Quartararo country. The French Grand Prix with the first ever French world champion is next up. Then it's the Italian Grand Prix where this man, Pepo Bagnaia, will go for a home win. Catalonia, Germany, Netherlands and Finland take us to the summer break. We'll be on site at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix for the watch along there, so do join us for that, for trackside coverage. The Netherlands then off to Austria, San Marino, Aragon to round up the European season. Japan, Thailand, Australia, Malaysia, the 4 flyaway races before the final race back in Spain for the 4th and final time at Valencia for round number 20 of the season. What a race we have seen as well. So, that's it. We are all done and dusted for the Spanish Grand Prix. Join us later here on the YouTube channel for IndyCar, the Grand Prix of Alabama as well. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. My thanks to all of you, all 2,561 of you who have tuned in. 2,604. Thank you to everyone who's joined us. It means a lot, and hopefully you've enjoyed the race as well, as much as I have. We'll see you next time for MotoGP when we head over to Le Mans for the French Grand Prix. And we'll see you later on for IndyCar later here tonight, underway at 5:45 British Time time. Green flag is at 6:05. Thanks for your company here today, though. It is Pepo Bagnaia for the first time this year, a race winner. 5 different winners in the opening 6 races. What a season we are having. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.